Did I want to take that risk? Did I want the potential German Shepherd? Did I want a dog that was bigger? Did I want that? Hello, hello. Hi, my busy peeps. That's my giveaway box. I gotta do that. I got laundry to fold. They have marbles to lose. Part of my household is still asleep. I need to do something with these. This was a failed basil garden thing. But look at my beautiful plants. Okay, they need water, so we will be watering all the babies. Little strawberry babies. Hello, kitty. Wave to the camera. So, something I wanted to talk to you guys about, my busy peeps, why we decided to not just train the dog that we already had to be a service dog. We already had 2 dogs and they're fairly well behaved. Why would I need a 3rd dog? Hi, honey. Yes, good girl. When I already have some. I mean, Hannah, off. Yes, get off. That is her probably worst trait right now is the jumping. Yes, good girl, Chloe. Yes. Yeah, I've been working really hard to make sure her default position is to be settled like this. Yes, good girl. Okay. I hit my head today trying to clean up something from the kid. Nothing a little coffee won't fix. Okay, so the reason why, ooh, that's steamy. Coffee. Yeah, I like coffee. Okay, so back to what I was trying to say about why a new dog. And there's multiple reasons, really. Joy doesn't make a good candidate because she's small for me, but there are different types of service dogs. So depending on the type of service dog, a little dog can work. A hearing alert dog can work. Retrieving small things, and you know, but a service dog that is for things like mobility and there are some, I had a list of service dog types and I don't remember what they are, but depending on the type of service dog you need, a little service dog can actually do very, very well. And there is a difference between an emotional support dog and a therapy dog and a service dog. A service dog must actually perform a trained task that mitigates a person's disability. And they can, you know, a little dog could detect allergens. They could be an allergy detection dog. So things like that, a little dog could be a good candidate. And since I do have allergies and I do plan on training Clover to be an allergy detection dog, for me, I'm going to try my hand on it. Again, I am owner training, so this could be, you're talking about scent work, and scent work can be tricky if it's not the right dog. So it's just a hope that she can do it. So yeah, Joy could do that. Problem is Joy does not have the right temperament. She is too food motivated. You're going, Jenna, I thought you wanted a food motivated dog. Well, I do. But Joy is so food motivated, she can't concentrate on anything else and she loses her mind. She's also a food thief. So that alone makes her a bad candidate. You want a dog that's trainable. Yes, and she is. She also has a very, very short attention span for training. A not great a service dog. Excuse me. Can we settle down? Thank you. I appreciate the settles. So we want a dog that is food motivated, but not too food motivated. And we want a dog that has a better attention span. I have mobility issues. I want deep pressure therapy, which is a task that can help relieve pain and anxiety. But you need a dog that is more than 35 pounds to do that. Joy is 10 pounds. She obviously does not meet that criteria, so Joy's out. She's also too happy-go-lucky, loves people. She's too friendly. And while I want a service dog that is friendly, I don't want a service dog that is too friendly. Being too friendly can cause just as many problems. So, all right, so what about Hannah? Hannah's not overly food motivated. She's not too food motivated. Why won't Hannah work? And Hannah's 42 pounds. She's big enough. I hear you. The problem with Hannah is she's too soft. And what I mean by this is, hold on, let me fill up this water and I'll get back to you. So Hannah's too soft. What does that even mean? So dogs have different types of temperaments. This one has a softer temperament. So she doesn't respond well to any pressure. She gets overstimulated, overwhelmed really easily. She's not super resilient. She tends to melt under pressure. And what I mean is if training pressure is too much for her, she'll melt. She's not a naturally confident dog. She doesn't thank you. She doesn't exude confidence naturally. Where I need a dog that is stable and confident and sure of themselves. And is resilient to pressure and is okay if something spooky happens and is willing to trust me. Whereas Hannah, I've had to really work hard to get her to be just okay with life. I've had to teach her to be okay with being in her own skin. Don't you chew on that. That's not chewable. Yes. We've had to make Hannah comfortable in her own skin. That is something that we have had to provide for her. And with a service dog, that's not what you want. And there's nothing wrong with having a dog that is soft. There's some beautiful things about her temperament that we love and makes her a wonderful dog. And there's Miss Joy. Good morning. She's gotta take the puppy out. She's gotta take Jojo out. Yeah. No, we're gonna settle. Also, Hannah is not food motivated enough to be trainable. So she's not overly trainable. She can train, but yes, hi, sweetie. Got the camera? Gonna give it a boop? No boops. She's just not motivated to work. She's not a working temperament. She's not resilient. And again, she's just overly soft and does not bounce back quickly. We have to help her decompress. There's a lot of work that goes into helping her be okay in her own skin. And she wasn't abused. We got her as a puppy. She has lived the pampered life, okay? Like, she sleeps in human bed, that kind of thing. Like, she's extremely well loved, okay? Sir, Mama doesn't like that. Can you please Sir? So, there's nothing wrong with Hannah. Hannah is a fabulous family dog, okay? Please don't get me wrong. Yeah, sorry, you're the one that moved them like that. Again, we're running into the same issue of she's not actually my dog. She is my son's dog. All right, do you need water? Yeah, you do. Gently. And kids and seedlings, they don't mix. Just gonna put that out there. They keep getting into the seedlings, and that's very frustrating, to say the least, because these were looking really, really good. And Clover has taken a few bites off too. Yes, I am that lady who got her kids their own dogs, and I don't know that I would ever do it again the way I did it. Long story how we ended up with the kids having their own dogs. I'll have to get into that another day. But for today, Hannah is my son's dog, so in order for her to be a service dog, she'd have to turn into my dog, and that's not fair to him. And also, Hannah is, some of the mobility things that I need help with, Hannah is too small for. I really need a dog that is bigger than 60 pounds to, help with the stuff that I need help with. So that really ruled out the 2 dogs that I already had. And so that meant we had to go through hunting for a dog that was gonna be a right candidate. And you see the kitty? Hi honey, we're filming. We interrupt this talk about service dogs to bring you my busy life with my busy dogs, because I am the crazy dog lady and I'm busy with dogs. So what led me to I've been suffering with health issues for a long time. Most of my adult life I've been in bed. That's been hard. It's hard to raise kids like that, but one of the reasons why we homeschool is so that we have the flexibility to work with that. And we were researching. I've known about service dogs for many years, but I never thought about one for me. Like, that never even occurred to me. And then I was doing the breed short. How many of y'all have seen that playlist? We'll do shorts and reels on different breeds of dogs and just, have some basic info about them. They're just kind of fun. They're not in depth, but we did one on Australian cattle dogs. And I have known about the breed. I know a lot of people have never heard of them until Louie. I've known about them since I was a child. I've loved them. They're amazing dogs, but I didn't think I could ever have one because they're such rugged, energetic dogs. But I knew that I wanted to cover them for our breed short because I love them. And, again, they've been gaining a little bit of popularity because of Bluey, and I don't want people to get a dog that they're not prepared for. So we did the breed short, but while I was looking into, as I was putting it together, my hubby, Mr. Editor Man, we're not doing that. You're not gonna bark, no. She has the bone. You're gonna leave her alone. All right, if you guys are gonna be this way, I'm putting Hannah on the other side of the gate. So we're gonna mitigate this because this is asking for dog fight. All right, come on, Hannah. Come on, Hannah, come on, let's go. Come on, Hannah. You can have your bone, come on. Okay, so instead of letting the puppy pester Hannah and get into a fight with Hannah over the bone, I just calmly stepped in, intervened, and I just put Hannah on the other side of the gate. She's comfy on the rug, that's where she likes to be, and she's just chewing on the bone happily. Here you go. Side note, when Joy came in, she did not poop. She always has to poop in the morning, so she's in her crate, and then my daughter in a few minutes is gonna take her back outside, see if she can get her to poop. If she can poop, she can have free time. So that's how we keep her from peeing and pooping in the house. As long as we follow the protocol, it works. But sometimes protocol with kids gets messy. Ah, no. Clover just peed in the house. Well, I've been busy doing other things, dealing with crazy kids, trying to water stuff. I know I'm supposed to take Clover out first. Yep, I messed up, you're right. Yeah, so I'm telling you guys how it works to keep Joy from having an accident in the house. And here I am, forgetting to take the puppy out because I'm busy trying to, that's the biggest thing, is trying to not stay busy, to not let the busyness get in the way of things. Hello, Chloe. She just came back in from outside. We had breakfast and we did some training with little Miss Clovo. Hey, Clomo. Hey, Chloe. Hey, Chloe. Hey, Chloe girl. Oh, gooey, gooey. Hi, goo goo. Hi, goo goo. Oh my goodness. So while I was eating my breakfast and while I was preparing breakfast, we did some training with Clover, making her hold her downs. She had to hold her down while my daughter was unloading the dishwasher, while I was hustling and bustling, and the boys were doing crazy stuff in the kitchen, and she was just holding her down, which she did very good with. Oops, I didn't take her leash off after bringing her in.
Sissy stuck.
Yeah, that's one of the things I do for, hey Chloe, my dogs, to kind of get them comfortable about being the leash. Oops, and leashes don't necessarily meaning we're going for walkies. Not that she's been on a walk yet. She's too young. We will be taking her first walk in the coming weeks. So I'm very much looking forward to, because Hannah and Joy are not fun to walk on. I love walking dogs and they are not fun. Yeah, so she had to hold her down while I ate my breakfast, and I just would periodically reward her. And yes, from my plate, but she had such beautiful manners. It was amazing. So if that's how she begs for food, then I don't care. Oh man, my coffee's cold. Ugh. So we're doing the breed short and we're doing our research, and Mr. Editor Man goes, why not an Australian cattle dog? Because we knew that we were going to get me my own dog soon. He's like, hey, what about this breed? And I was like, no. I'm thinking he's not going to want this breed because they're kind of crazy, kind of like me. And I was like, So I actually did extra research into the breed, more and I'm like, I don't know. And I was falling in love with the breed. I've got to have more coffee. It is a coffee day. Hi, cutie patootie. Yeah, oh man, I just knocked. Crap. Yeah. It's my clothes, who cares? Little dog hair. I always have dog hair on me. It's glitter. Off. Yes. 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 Oh, I also started working on putting clumps of food on the floor and making her hold her down and rewarding her. This is how we're teaching impulse control. So, what a goody girl. Like, how could you not give that a treat? Like, seriously. Oh my goodness. Yes. Good girl. So we start looking into cattle dogs, and I'm looking, and I find Healer Mama. I've mentioned her. She's amazing. And she's had true cattle dog, like, she's had multiple cattle dogs. I think she's had 5 cattle dogs and then a Kaiken, which is a pretty cool Spitz type breed. Yeah, so she's had cattle dogs. Like, she has a lazy cattle dog, she has the overreactive cattle dog, she has the friendly cattle dog, she's had the dopey cattle dog. She's had multiple types of cattle dog personalities. So she's actually been really, really good. If you're thinking about getting a cattle dog and you want to know, like, the good, the bad, the ugly, the reality, you need to watch her channel. Just saying, like, if you are on the fence, like, she has been through it, then she's a wealth of knowledge. So, I'm doing extensive research, and I stumbled on a lot of articles saying that cattle dogs make good service dogs. And I was like, and someone in their thing said that they had an ailment like fibromyalgia, which I have symptoms very, very, very similar to fibromyalgia. So I was like, I never thought about getting a service dog for myself. That's what kind of my husband doing the breed shorts, and me deciding to do a cattle dog, and my husband going, why not an Australian cattle dog? And then me researching and saying that, they can make good service dogs, just kind of got my wheels turning. So for months, we started researching into cattle dogs. So we're thinking, like, I'm like, okay, maybe we're getting to settle on a breed. So after months of research and talking to different breeders, we decided that this was the breed of dog for me. But you're going, wait a minute, Clover is not a purebred cattle dog. She's a German healer. She's part German Shepherd. What's up with that? Well, okay, let me explain. So the breeder that I originally planned to go with, and she even had a litter of puppies, and there just wasn't a puppy in the litter for me last summer. Just so you know, when you're looking at cattle dogs, talk to the breeders. Different breeders have different breeding lines. They breed different temperaments, different personalities. They have different work drives. They're breeding for different things. I wanted a breeder that has kids and bred for family dogs, which she had multiple working lines, like multiple lines. Like she had a line that was more family oriented and then one that was more work oriented. And there's some cattle dogs, like they're so work driven, and that's what the breeder does. They're ranch dogs. Those dogs don't like coming in the house. Well, I needed a dog that liked coming in the house, that kind of thing. Anyways, talk to your breeder. Make sure that the breeder is breeding the temperaments that you want. What are the parents like? I was waiting for potentially another litter from that same line because she had three females from that breeding line. And so I was waiting for one of them to come into heat, the next one to come into heat. And the breeder had some family issues, just some crazy circumstances that they're no longer breeding that line. That's not an option. So I had to, so that was heartbreaking because it's a lot of work looking for a breeder that you like. Like, you want a breeder that when you call them and you talk on the phone, like you're on the phone forever. I spent like 45 minutes or an hour talking with this breeder on the phone, just talking about dogs and having a good time. If you get a good breeder, you have a relationship, you have a resource, you are getting one of their babies, and they want to keep up with you and stuff. So, you know, it's just not, if you don't click with a breeder, they may be a perfectly great breeder. They may have excellent dogs, but sometimes you just don't connect with them, and that's okay. You can not go with a breeder just because you don't connect with them. Or if location is an issue, that, you know, you may connect with them, but there's a drive, that's okay. To, you know, be discerning. So after months and months of research, I found, I think I found 3 or 4 breeders that I really wanted to reach out to and connect with. We decided that we wanted to wait till April or May at the earliest to get a dog. Now you're going, now wait a minute, Jenna. I remember when you got Clover. You got her back at the beginning of February. Well, yes, I did. So that's another story. Clover, Aki, 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 Aki. Chloe, Aki, 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 Aki.
I you.
She behind? Yes, good girl. Yes, you did it. Yes, good girl. I didn't see you. Oh my goodness, what a good girl coming when called. Yeah, what a good girl coming when called. Can you see how gorgeous she is? I wish the lighting was better because she's so pretty. Hi, baby. Hi. So gooddogs.com has this wonderful feature. It's a great place to look for dogs. You can look for breeders, you can look by breed. You also can look for rescues. And there is a place where you can click that says expecting litters. And so I decided, since it takes months to find, and we were planning on getting a puppy later this year, that I would do the expected litter feature so that I could find breeders that maybe, you know, had planned litters or were expecting litter. All right, that's enough. Settle down. Knock it off. Yes, good girl. We are not getting into that. Yes, good girl. Whoa. Whoa, I didn't release. I didn't say you could be crazy yet. Okay, are you gonna feed her?
Yeah.
Yeah, could you do that? Eat pat her breakfast time. I think it's making her cranky. Isaac, Lillian, please feed your dogs. Yeah, it's time for the dogs to eat their breakfast, and I can't feed them because I'm allergic to their kibble. Believe it or not. So we started looking into breeders with this feature on Good Dog. I really like that website for looking for dogs. It's at most excellent. And I found a breeder that I really liked. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna check them out. Well, they weren't expecting a litter till later. And I was like, okay, so this is good. The timing looked right. I liked her dogs and stuff. I found this breeder right around Christmas time. And I noticed that this breeder had working crosses. It was a litter of 12 puppies, and I was like, oh, they're cute, and they were black. I was like, I wonder what's a working cross? But I didn't think anything of it because I wasn't looking for a cross. I was looking for a purebred. You know, I kind of wrote off that litter, and that was December 6th that I first saw the working cross puppies. Well, on January 3rd, on my birthday, because I'm dog obsessed, I decided that what I wanted to do was spend my day looking at puppies with my husband. Oh my, God bless him. He puts up with a lot. I noticed that the puppies that were listed as a working cross were no longer listed as a working cross. She listed them as Australian cattle dogs. I was like, wait a minute. And it got me curious. And I was like, okay. She wasn't being dishonest. It was people weren't searching for working crosses, but they were searching for Australian cattle dogs and German shepherds. So she still had them list their breed as listed as German healer in the details. She just so that people could find them. And she was completely transparent with the fact that they were crosses. I was like, okay. And I noticed her mom, Clover's mom, Layla. And Layla, I think I'm saying her name right. I'm sorry if I'm not. Layla was this gorgeous, gorgeous dog. And she caught my attention. So I started reading her profile. And as I was reading her profile, I was like, oh my gosh, she is exactly what I want in a dog. And I noticed in the profile that the breeder had put, the dad had a very similar temperament. So I was like, okay, so I read his profile and I really liked him. Not as much as I liked Layla, but I was like, okay. And I noticed that there were 6 female puppies. And yes, I like female dogs. Like my first very own personal dog was a male dog, and he's the only male dog I've ever had. He was wonderful. I love him, but I'm not into male dogs. They tend to be a little extra. So I prefer female dogs. I just do. Nothing wrong with male dogs. They had a few female puppies listed. And I was like, okay. So we talked, my husband and I were talking like, do we want a German Shepherd cross? Like, holy crap. Like, what, you're talking about mixing breeds. And so I started researching. By the way, German healer or Australian cattle dog mixes, Australian Shepherds is sometimes what they're called. They've been around for 30 years. This is not a new cross. And they almost always have wonderful temperaments, provided that the parents have good temperaments. Anytime you're breeding a dog, the biggest component is what are the parents like and how healthy are both parents. Whether you're talking about a purebred, a crossbred. And so I'm like, okay, do I want a crossbreed? Do I want that German Shepherd variable? And do I want a bigger dog? Because Clover's parents are much bigger than the dog that I was planning on getting. Oh my gosh, look how cute. Hi, Hannah. You're gorgeous. Yes, you are. Good girl. So there was a lot of soul searching. Do I really want a crossbreed? So there was real considerations of, do I want to deal with, my family's had a German Shepherd, and I've talked about Abby, and Abby was wonderful. But did I want a German Shepherd? Because when you're talking about crosses, sometimes they can be a perfect blend of one of the 2 parent breeds, or they can favor one over the other, and you don't get to pick. And now Clover is an F2, meaning she's 2nd generation. Both her parents are crossed with Australian cattle dog and German Shepherd. So they're F1s and she's an F2. So there's a little bit more stability, but there's a lot, well, in theory, there is more stability. It depends on the breeding and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not a breeder and I'm not an expert on this. I'm just telling you what I do know. The question was, did I want to take that risk? Did I want the potential German Shepherd? Did I want a dog that was bigger? Did I want that? we finally decided we had to talk to the breeder. And once we talked to the breeder, we took days to decide. Good morning, boo-boo. We took days to decide and deliberate. And then we decided to say no. And then at the end of the day, when I went to pick up my phone to text the breeder and say, no, we're not interested, I knew I had to have Clover.